Hey everybody, welcome to the Very Vibrant Makeup channel. Excuse my face. I'm like starting to get a rash right here. I get this every now and then where I get like redness here and then just bumps all over the place. I think my skin's freaking out from the weather. It's kind of abnormally cold in New Mexico right now, so yeah, that's what's happening with my skin. Just disclaimer really quick that my skin is not cooperating today. So, reviewing, I had seen this and I've been wanting to try it because I have enjoyed Jeffree Star products. I have the Blood Sugar palette and the Thirsty palette. You've seen that video. I will link it down below. I will try my best to really dissect the palettes a little bit more. I know I've been kind of lacking on my videos just because holidays are very rough for me, just because it's, you know, it's still fresh for me. Sorry, my chin's itching. I shouldn't scratch it, but it's fresh for me that I'm having to deal with the holidays in a new way without my mom. So in the past, I would say about 4 years, it's been a little weird with holidays just because I didn't have my parents in Denver. I didn't have the usual go to my grandma's house, and then now it's just a little rougher because my grandma's getting up there in age, and you know, it's just hard for me. So forgive me if I don't post a whole lot of videos. I have a lot of things going on in my life. A lot of at work is a lot, but I love what I do, so I mean, I'll get through it. Anyways, but I did love the Blood Sugar palette, and then I picked up the Androgyny palette from the website. I am actually really excited. It came in with a broken mirror, which I'm kind of sad about, but that's okay. This was the second palette that he released, so now I'm going to kind of see if the formula was just as good back then as it is now. I enjoyed the Blood Sugar palette. Yes, you're going to get staining because it has red dye. It's vegan and cruelty-free, so that's good if you like those things. They use red dye instead of carmine. The Thirsty palette, I had a little bit of trouble with it just because that blue is very powdery, but honestly, if you use a more moisturizing base, I feel like it does the job. It didn't crease throughout the day, so that's really good. So now I want to see what this is all about. It's a lot more cheaply made than the other ones. Let me grab those. The Blood Sugar palette, I feel, oh, and I do have another palette that I need to review, but I kind of want to not jump the gun yet. I don't know. But I wanted to do the Androgyny palette first. But the Blood Sugar palette's very, very weighty. It's very well thought out. So it's super huge. It's very, I don't think it's great for travel, but I just love it how it's like a little doctor's case. It's adorable. I absolutely love this palette. Thirsty palette's just a standard palette, but it's a lot more weightier than this one. A lot thicker too. So I feel like he does put a lot more effort now that he's really established himself as a company. He's put a lot more effort into his actual palettes. And then the one that I'm not going to review just yet because I'm just not ready yet. I don't know. I really need to feel, I wanted to feel this out first. I'm not going to do a first impressions on this palette, but the Alien palette I got for Christmas. So my husband ordered that for me, and I have been using it, and I won't say how I feel about it yet, but I wanted to do more of an in-depth review with this guy. But I love the craftsmanship in this palette. So he does, you could see the evolution of his brand, and it's really cool. The Androgyny palette's pretty basic. It's got kind of like cheapy graphics here, and my mirror cracked, sorry. But the colors are huge. There's a lot in there. So yeah, I'm actually really excited to use this, so I'm going to do a talk through on how to use it, and then I will do swatches as well, but I wanted to do the tutorial kind of talk through because my microphone is broken on my computer, so I have to get that fixed. So let's go ahead and get into the swatches first, and then we'll do the tutorial. From the top here, the colors 5 at a time. So the first color is called Frosting. That kind of didn't show up that much. Okay. So there's Frosting, kind of like a pale gold. And then there's Safe Word, which is a matte, you cannot see it on my skin. It's kind of like a grayish matte brown, good for transition. And then this one is called Charm. So Charm is more of like a mustard yellow. It's more of a marigold mustard yellow, but it's really, really pretty and it swatches pretty nicely. The next shade is Deja Vu, which is a copper. That one swatches beautifully. It's like almost like a rose gold copper. And then the next one is Dominatrix, and that swatched really nice. It's brown, matte brown. And then this one I'm actually very excited. I love these kinds of colors. And to the touch, these are super, super creamy. I don't find any inconsistencies with this, so that's good. Just kind of, okay, so the matte blue is kind of chalky. So then this one is Androgyny, which is a beautiful kind of like mauve color. I love mauves. This one is called Fetish. More or less like a matte, it looks shimmery in the palette, but it's a matte red, reddish pink. Military, which is an olive green matte. That one swatches pretty nice. It shows up on my skin more yellow. And then Poison, which is a matte teal, and that one swatched really nicely. No patchiness or skipping. The last shade is Swallow, which was dry to the touch, and it is a little patchy, but not bad. So the swatch is sloppily on my arm of the Androgyny palette. I don't have the Beauty Killer palette because I'm not quite there yet. If I do like a brand, I end up wanting to collect their palettes just because I feel like I am going to get good quality out of it. I'm hoping I'll get the good quality out of it that I did with the Blood Sugar and the Thirsty. I'm not going to say anything about the Alien yet, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Alright, so I'm going to zoom you in. Excuse that. That's like the dryness of a post-pimple. I'm going to be using this. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's called Luscious Angel Eyes. It's been a pretty good eyeshadow primer. I know I haven't done my BoxyCharm unboxings and try-ons lately just because not a lot of people view that. I don't know why. Just, it's not very interesting. Maybe the way I do it's not very interesting. I don't know, guys. Give me your thoughts. I'm always up for improvement, but please, no hateful comments in the comment section. I don't respond well to hate just because I am very passionate in what I do, and I don't like for people to point out the flaws in me because it's just, I have anxiety and depression, and it's not very constructive to do that. I feel like people should just accept whatever people are, not criticize everything. My eyes, there's really not a setting color in here, so I'm going to go in with Safe Word, which is this shade right here, and put that into the crease. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, so just bear with me. This is actually dark for my skin. Goes on pretty pigmented, which is nice. And I know I always do the same look. I'm much older, so I can't really play much with too many looks, I guess. I'm going to go in with this. I've been wanting to use Androgyny. This one looks gorgeous. Because I love the Lolita palette from Kat Von D. I like the berries and those kind of mauve-y shades. Those are so pretty, and they do complement my eye color and my skin color very well. So if you're one of those that just loves mauves, this one is a gorgeous mauve. A little patchy right there, but not bad. I think it's just because I'm applying it a little hastily. I'm trying to leave early because there's snow outside, and I don't know if all the roads are clear because for the past 2 days it's been snowing in Albuquerque, and it's not... we're not designed to handle snow. New Mexico as a whole is not really designed to handle snow, so it's a little scary with other drivers out there that don't know how to drive through snow. I do, because I lived in Denver for 4 years, and I've had to learn how to drive in snow, but before, I mean, when it first snowed in Denver, I was scared to death because I'm a New Mexican at heart, so it's not very easily done. I noticed in the camera there's a patch that just grabbed right there. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm going to go ahead and take a clean brush and just kind of maybe buff it out. I'm going to take Deja Vu, which is the copper shade. There's only 2 shimmer shades in here, so I'm kind of kind of limited on options here. So I'm just going to put that in the center of my lid. Just like that, and then I'll take the brush and no additional product and just kind of drag those colors together very lightly so they can kind of blend together. All right, magic. I'm going to clean up the edges and just crisp it. Just like that. There we go. And I'm going to put on my foundation and everything off camera, and then I'll come back and do the lower lash line. Excuse my brows, they're not quite done yet. I need to clean them up still. But I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line. I'm going to use some of the blues. I'm going to use Poison, which is this blue right here, like a teal blue. And I'm just going to grab just a small little blending brush. No fallout, which is great. Like no... It's a pretty teal. Very dark. I feel like it's not dark enough though. So let's take Swallow, which is the blue right here, and put that, deepen it a little bit more. Very nice. I like the colors. It's a nice contrast. I'm going to clean off my brush and then take Military, which is this kind of like, I call it like poop green. And put that below it to buff it out. These colors are picking up a little dark on me, so if you are about a light medium olive undertone, or even light to fair, these will be a little intense. Buffed out pretty good. Now I'm going to take the frosting shade, which is this one right here, take it on with my finger, pop the, wow, whoa, pigment. Pop that on my inner corner. I always like to pop a nice amount on my inner corner. I love that extra pop. That is pretty poppin'. We just blend the colors together a little bit more. I really want to use this red, but it's not conducive to what I'm doing, so I'm gonna have to skip the red and the mustard color. So I didn't use this color and this color just because it's not gonna necessarily go, you know what, let's do it. A little brush, and I'm going to use the red Fetish, and I'm going to use it in my outer corner here. Just on the beginning part. Oh wow, that's pigmented. Okay, and then clean off my brush, and then I'm going to use the mustard color, which is Charm, and just kind of drag that out more, kind of making a little gradient effect there. I like to, when I try palettes out, I try and use all the colors as possible so that I can kind of make a final decision on how the color performance was. Let me clean off my brush and just kind of smooth out those edges a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to finish the rest of my face and then let you know my overall thoughts on the actual palette. Alright, so I finished my makeup. I like the palette. I feel like it's not quite, I don't know, like I'm trying to blend this out as best as possible. Maybe I just did it too heavily. I don't know. It's always, I have to give it a few shots to really make it work. Am I fond of the color range? It's alright. It was one of his first palettes. I feel like they're very buttery, except for the shade's very dry. Maybe I just need to play with it a lot more. But I do like the way this look came out. I feel like I could do a little bit more, but I don't have the time right now. I gotta go to work soon. It's okay. It's not as wow as the Blood Sugar. And I'm not gonna say anything about the Alien palette yet because I wanted to do a look for you guys, a really good look when I have time, and just really speak about it because I've been using it and I wanted to get a kind of like a more in-depth perception of it rather than just trying it on for the first time like the Androgyny, because I could easily maybe come up with a better look with this and be like, oh my god, I love it. So this look is not my favorite. Maybe it's just because my makeup's not really cooperating with me. I've been really dry around this area because I've been having a rash and it's driving me nuts. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not like the best look that I've ever created. I don't know what to say about it at this point. First impressions wise, it is pretty decent. I love the military shade and I feel like I wanted to do more of a color like that, that range. I wanted to use the blues, but I really wanted to use every single color. So I feel like this might need a part 2 of this video so that I can really give you my honest thoughts. This is first impressions. First impressions are not necessarily the final impression of the palette. It's just how does it perform the first time around. It's not bad. It's very pigmented. They did blend a little bit difficult, probably because I put way too much and I wasn't using enough blending. So I think that's what it was. So error on my part. I'm not saying this palette is awful, but I'm saying this palette's pretty good. The pan sizes are huge, which is a big yes to me. I love big pan sizes. You get those in Juvia's Place, and they're really good quality. The color range is okay. It's not my favorite. So would I pick up this palette like again if I used it all up? I don't know yet. So I will let you know in future videos. I will kind of do part 2s of some of the I'm not sure what to say about this palette videos, like first impression videos. Like I'm kind of left with really nothing to say just because I didn't pick a good color range for my eyes, and then also I didn't really use it the way I wanted to. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say first impressions. First impressions are meant for just like first use. How does it come out? I mean, the colors are very vivid, but I'm actually more excited to use more of the Charm color, which is the mustard color, and Fetish together. So I only put them on the outer corners because I want to use the entire palette, but I feel like if I did it on the lid, it'd be a lot better. I absolutely love Androgyny. It's a very pretty color. It's up my alley. It's beautiful, like mauve purple color. I feel like Fetish is gorgeous and very pigmented. Charm is very pigmented. Deja Vu, I have a lot of copper, so it doesn't impress me as much. Poison and Swallow did do really well on the lower lash line, and Military did blend it out really nicely. So Dominatrix, typical brown, so I'm not thoroughly impressed. Safe Word, not thoroughly impressed. I have colors like that. And Frosting did impress me because it actually was more pigment than I thought it would be. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this first impression. I will have a part 2 of this using the other colors differently in the way I feel like, not using the entire palette but using certain colors in it. But usually my first impressions, I try to use all of the colors so that you could see the performance on all the shades. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!